Hey, 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 we're live. Hey, Jen Oliver here, Love FitMama, and I'm here with a special guest tonight, Kimberly Banfield.
Hi, everyone.
Kimberly Banfield is from the Trust Tribe. That's where I first was introduced to some of her work.
Yes.
The Trust Tribe is a group, just like Love FitMama is a group, and we kind of were doing some work. We found each other through some stuff online, and I got to know your work, and I thought, the Trust Tribe. First of all, the name intrigued me. I love the word tribe. It's always like, you know, I love the village mentality, right?
Yes, that whole
like
community
connecting
aspect.
hands. And so I thought, what is this? And I learned it's all about trusting yourself, listening to yourself, trusting yourself, your intuition. And it was something that I've never really been taught in school.
Yeah, well, you can't teach that, really. Like, schools can't teach you that. They can teach you how to do maths and English and things like that, but they can't actually necessarily teach you about how to listen to you, right?
Why can't they teach you that?
Well, because it's a skill that has to come from within. Like, it's something that we have to pay attention to ourselves. Someone else can't pay attention to that for us. We have to have the awareness ourselves.
Okay, good point. So if you did notice, she has a nice Aussie accent. She is from Australia, and she is on a, 5-month, 6-month trip? How much are we-
around about 4 or 5 months,
4 or 5-month trip over here to America, visiting family and working and traveling. She, like me, we work online. So we coach people, she coaches people, helps them with what? What is it that you do exactly, actually?
So I help people how to reconnect to themselves, to their soul. So if they're people who are struggling with who they are and what they're here to do, and they're blocking themselves in some way, shape or form because they've got some kind of belief about themselves that prevents them from doing things, from being who they are and doing what they're here to do. So I help them to get unstuck, or as Jen says in the challenge for this week, to get unfucked.
Exactly, right? Those beliefs, the beliefs that she's talking about are the ones that we talk about in here, right? Those things that limit us, limiting beliefs, those things that we believe because someone told us in grade 2 that we sucked at running or whatever. And then we hold that like, I suck at running, and we run through our life not running because someone who didn't know anything about anything told us this. But that just happens, and then it layers on, right?
We build on those experiences to justify this belief that we have as to why we suck at running or why we can't do running. So whether it's something that then becomes, oh, we can't run because we've got short legs, or we can't run because we've got big feet and we can't find runners that fit us, or we can't run because, you know, our arms don't go the way that we want them to go. They do this instead. We come up with all these crazy reasons and justifications as to why we can't do these things, all based on these limiting beliefs. And so I work with people on how to shift their perception of these limiting beliefs so that they don't hold them back anymore, but they catapult them forward, and they actually help you to use the metaphor of running, to run your life rather than feel like it's running it for you.
She's helped me with that, that's for sure. So this week for the Unfuck Yourself Challenge, we're talking about actually things that you can do to unfuck yourself, to peel off these layers, right? Let yourself shine, right? We've been talking this week with everybody somehow about letting your shit shine. This has been coming up for some reason, I know, and it's like, why am I swearing so much? Hey, Borshak, hey, Jill. You know what, I don't know even, I swear sometimes, I don't swear sometimes. People have been like, oh my God, it's shocking to hear you swear. And it's like, I use it for an emphasis, and I feel like we have a mission here to realize that we're good enough already, right? We're good enough already. We have it all in us. And when we can listen and we can trust and we can quiet things down a little and not race through life and do so much, right? Like what I talk about, too many obligations, right? We overschedule ourselves, and then we go, I have no time, I can't hear myself think. The fact that there's this is a cliche term. Have you heard that? Do you guys say that there? Okay. I don't know.
Because the mind is so busy, it's so full of stuff that is either related to these limiting beliefs or the things that we think that we should be doing, or like you said, obligations. The mind is so full of that monkey mind chatter, right? Those little stories that we tell ourselves that keep us where we are rather than where we want to be and doing what we want to be doing. That's what that's all about.
Exactly. I want more shine, right? Someone says, commented on, I want more shine. Yeah.
Yes.
What, isn't that why we're here? Like, we wonder, sometimes I wonder, what's the motivation for our behaviors, right? We talk, like here in FitMama, and what I do with my clients is help people with the before part, before the behavior part, what goes on, right? Before the behavior. Because once we're at the behavior, exercise, eating, this and that, the other, it matters more the mindset we come in with than is it a banana or is it a carrot stick, right?
Yeah, because that doesn't matter.
No, at the end of the day, it matters marginally.
Yeah.
And it matters depending on how important certain things are to you, but it matters marginally.
Yeah.
What really matters is how connected you are and able to listen to your body. Am I hungry? Am I not hungry?
Yeah.
That's what we work on with clients. Clients I've been working with for 3-6 months.
Mm-hmm.
We have goals that we set. I don't want to eat when I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
And then they start to tune in. And it takes years, because how many years have you probably not been doing that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And from that perspective, like one of the key ways you can do that is to really listen to your body, really tune into your body and the way that it responds to you when it's hungry. Because it's different for each person. The way that you feel when you want to exercise, because that's different too. You know, and it's like someone can tell you how they feel when they're hungry, when they want to exercise, or when they need to rest, but you might not feel that way. And it's okay for you to feel differently to them, because that's the point. Your intuition, your soul speaks to you in different ways compared to someone else. And other people can give you cues for that make you think, oh, I wonder how it speaks to me. Maybe it speaks to me in the same way. Maybe it doesn't. But the key thing is to actually start to listen to you. And sometimes it's listening in the form of feeling, right? As opposed to listening in the form of hearing. Or it's listening in terms of the way of seeing, you know, what's happening in my body, what's showing up in my body. Is it giving me a rash? Is it this? Is it that? Or whatever it might be. You know, there's so many different ways to listen to your body and to tune into you.
We were just talking about this today. We were at Carrots and Dates, our fave restaurant here in Windsor, when we go all the time. And we went over there, we were talking to Neviana, the owner, and she was saying that she had celiac when she was like 21 or 22?
Yes, something like that.
Which is just like an intestinal situation.
Not a colitis.
Gut thing. Oh, colitis, yeah.
Yes.
So, same thing. So, or similar gut issue.
Yeah.
She realized that she had actually given this to herself through the fears that she was having, right? Around certain things, because she wasn't listening to herself.
Correct.
She was worried what other people were thinking about certain things, right? And fear can bring that on, right? These limiting beliefs, right? We get into situations. Tell us a little bit about that.
And we manifest that in the body. We hold that fear as energy in our bodies. And for each person, it's different. You know, if your fear is around expressing anger, then for a lot of people, you will hold that in your gut. You'll hold it in your stomach. You'll hold it in the liver in particular, because the liver is where we hold our anger. And you'll find that you'll either get sore in that part of your stomach where the liver is, or something else will manifest, potentially worse, like cancer and so on and so forth, if you don't actually listen to the fact that you're angry and you need to process and express that anger. Now, I'm not saying that your intuition is saying go and have a screaming match with someone. That may not be appropriate, but there has to be a way for you to express what it is that your body is intuitively telling you to help you to get unfucked. Because anger is something in particular that can, you excuse my language, that can fuck you over. Because you'll either harbor that energy within you, which makes you feel resentment towards yourself, to other people and the rest of the world, or you'll express it in such a way that's not appropriate. And so listening to that anger, exactly. Listening to that anger, figuring out where it comes from and what the experiences are that are attached to that is what's going to help you to get unfucked in that situation. Now, there are times where we totally want to feel angry at someone because it feels
so many
good.
people joining. Oh yeah, for
it
sure.
feels good,
right?
and we're not quite ready to let go of that anger.
Yeah.
But sooner or later we are, because anger is one of those things that it's not affecting the other person. Anger is an energy that really only affects us. Someone can know that we're angry at them, and they're like, meh, whatever, I don't care. And we get angry even more because we're like, why are they annoyed that we're angry at them?
And
Why
it's
are they
like our
affected by
thing.
this?
Someone has a question coming in, so I want you to answer it.
Okay.
Will unfucking your emotions help with binge eating? I am an emotional binge eater. So that's a great question, because that's not uncommon, right? Like, our emotions are very much tied to our food choices and the chemicals in the brain, and all that's linked, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it's about figuring out what are those particular circumstances or emotions that are triggering you off to want to binge eat. So if it's something that's related to like relationships, for example, what is it about the relationship? What is it about the emotion that you're experiencing that is wanting you to binge eat? And it depends too on what it is that you're binge eating about. Or on rather. If it's sugary things, then you're looking for love, you're looking for affection, you're looking for connection. What other ways can you give that to yourself that doesn't involve you feeling as though you want to reach for food? Because like food is great and that's fine, but if you're feeling that negative cycle that comes after that, which is binge eating and then perhaps not liking yourself and so on and so forth.
Or feeling crappy.
Feeling lethargic
Hey,
and
thanks,
so on.
Jane. Love you. Hey, guys. So many people are coming in to visit. Hey,
so
nice
good.
to see you.
Then it's about figuring out what those triggers are for you, but also where they come from. Because
remembering the AID model that we shared a couple Facebook Lives ago, remember? Invite your feelings in.
Yes, totally invite your feelings in. And a lot of people are sometimes afraid to experience their feelings, as we get told when we're younger to not express them because people don't know what to do with them. However, now the world actually does know what to do with them. We are becoming a lot more conscious and we do know how to deal with these things, and we shouldn't be afraid of expressing them because they are part of who we are. They are what make us beautiful. They are what help us to shine our light.
Which is what it's all about,
it is.
Right?
Absolutely. So figuring out what is triggering you, but also where it comes from. Because the key here to unfucking yourself is to figure out the first time that this experience came in for you. So there'll be an energy associated with what's triggering you. That is the reason why you will run to food or run to exercise or whatever it is that is your thing, for being able to deal with, or cover up rather, that particular emotion.
Okay, so let's take it through an example, so we can make more sense of it, right? So if you can, emotional binge eating. This is kind of something I think it would be fun to talk about right now because it gives you an example, and then we can give that action item and finish this up. So if this sounds like you, so let's say someone would come to you and they say, I'm emotional binge eating, which means every night, we gave this example and it resonated with people, right? I put my kids to bed, it's quiet finally, I'm like, oh, all I want is chips or ice cream. I just want to veg out on the couch and have cookies. And I have one cookie and then I'm like, fuck it, I have 25 cookies. Like, I have nothing left. I have nothing left. I can't even, don't even lie, can't move. Imagine trying to go to the gym. What? People are crazy. Who can do that? No. That's all they have, right? Emotionally, they use that food to give them the energy that they need to get through making lunches for the next day. Then they have to go clean up and take care of him and her and bath and whatever. It's so much. So what do?
Figure out, what are you missing?
Okay. What are you missing?
Because in those moments when you're alone at night and your kids are in bed, what are you missing? What is it within you that you don't feel like is there? Like if there's an emptiness there, what are you feeling empty about?
I'm just going to say myself, if there's a night that I feel like this, I think I'm just tired. Like I think I haven't taken a moment in the day to do something for me, to take a deep breath. I just am going, I have appointments or I have calls and it's like full on. And then I finally sit down and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to sleep yet because then I just have to wake up and do it again. So I want to just space out, and this feels good.
Yeah. So what is it that you would like to do for yourself instead? Because when you talk about not having had that time for you during the day because you've been running around, because you're a mum and you're a business owner and everything else, what is it that you wish you had time for during the day that you haven't done for you?
Oh God, even pee alone sometimes, right? So freaking sit down, I don't know, right? It's I've started doing relaxation in my recliner. Anyone who has a rocker or recliner from nursing the babes, and if you're still nursing or moved on or whatever, my heaven spot, right? It brings back all my memories of being so snuggly with my babies, and I lie on it, and I have a heating pad under my back. I have a back injury, but heat anytime feels good, right? And then I lie there, and I either listen to relaxing audios, I listen to relaxing music, I'll do myself a visualization, I'll do whatever. 20 minutes, I'll set my timer, that's it. And if I haven't done that in the day, then I'm more oh my God, where is my bed? I need to lie down right now. I just get so tired.
So when you do that though, how do you feel?
feel good. I feel relaxed. I feel like refueled, right? This is what I teach, right? And I teach it because I need it, right? Reminders. I need to refill the tank during the day because sometimes there's just not enough.
Yeah. And that's something that will stop you from binge eating. Because you're doing something that is loving you, nourishing you. Like we were talking the other night about the whole concept of nourishment and nurture becomes your nature. When you nourish yourself and you nurture yourself, that actually becomes who you are. That becomes what you do every day for you. And that's what's really important.
Routine.
That becomes your habit. Now, it's actually, I want to say, it's okay for us to want to eat cookies and chips and ice cream and chocolate at that time of night, right? Because it's your special time. It's your time on your own where you can eat and do the things that you want to do without your kids around.
Yes.
And it almost feels a little bit secretive too, because it's like they're in bed and they don't know that I'm doing this. And oh my God, it's so amazing to have this time for myself. But if it's something that you're finding is becoming a binge, then what I work with my clients on in relation to this stuff, aside from figuring out, okay, what's the emotion that's associated with the binge eating, it's what is the best way that I can give this food to myself in a way that's going to nourish me and nurture me.
Nourish and nurture. Those are two really good ways to remember.
So like we can all eat ice cream, but there is ice cream that's, say, full of sugar, for example, or there is ice cream that's a healthier version. Now, when it comes to the healthier version, you can eat more of it, guilt-free, compared to the stuff that's full of not so nice stuff. And so it's about that whole substitution thing.
Which we don't associate guilt with eating, because the minute that enters in, the whole energy changes, including your chemicals, right? You actually can store fat more likely if you feel guilty over eating food.
Absolutely.
So if you're eating cake or you're eating ice cream, no guilt. Eat it, like whatever version it is, and however much, just no guilt, right? Just say, I'm moving forward, right? I'm moving forward. Each thing is a lesson, and that's what you're teaching us, right?
Yeah.
Remember a time where this first happened, right? Where I first stopped listening to myself through the day, and I said, I'm just going to keep going, regardless of how tired I am. I haven't sat down. Who cares? I have this, the to-do list. Oh, I have this guy. He's waiting for me. She's doing this. Da-da-da-da-da. Stop that, right?
Stop that. Yeah, exactly.
Stop it.
Stop it.
We watched that. We have to post that in there.
We
got to
will,
post this YouTube. Oh, so funny. Hey, Emma. Hey, Jess. Hey.
So when it
so
comes
fun.
to...
I'm stopping for a hey.
A wink.
Thanks.
When it comes to binge eating, and I can say this myself because this is something that I have engaged in the past, and it was an emotional thing whenever I felt empty, or particularly like things that make me nervous make me want to eat. Like if I'm nervous about going on camera, if I'm nervous about clients, if I'm nervous about doing a public event, I will want to eat. And what I needed to do for myself was go back to the first time that I felt the need to binge eat, because binge eating makes you feel full, which makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel protected and safe, and that's a really key element often associated with it. So for me, I had to go back and figure out when the first time was that I felt the need to associate those two things together to make myself feel safe and grounded as well. Oftentimes we do that so we can feel grounded. And then I had to figure out, okay, so why did this happen?
Okay.
Like when did it first come in? Why did it happen? But the key things to take away from it were, what have I actually learned from doing this?
What have I learned from doing this? Okay, yeah. What have I learned from doing this? Well, that I need to take time for myself.
Yeah. In which case, try, and even if it is like, peeing on your own.
Yeah.
And taking that couple of minutes and, just sitting in there. Like, no one actually knows what you're doing in the toilet.
Exactly.
They don't know if you're doing number ones or number twos. You could just say, I'm doing a number two, and take a little bit longer in there. Whatever it is, whatever it might be. And it's not always easy to do, I know. But sometimes that's your only escape.
Yeah, I know.
But the other thing...
to protect your pelvic floor, on that note, if you are going to sit for a long time in the bathroom, don't sit on the toilet without the seat down, because you put a lot of pressure downward on your pelvic floor. So if you're leaking or if you're feeling weak in your pelvic floor, don't sit on the toilet for too long. Sit, do your business, get up, close this thing, sit down and chill.
Yeah. Great
PSA on pelvic floor.
Great place to meditate too, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to finish this up. It's late. What time is it? Hey, Denise. Sheila, yes, I nervous eat all the time. It's normal, right?
Yeah, it is normal.
So
Yeah.
when's the first time this happened? What is this emotion associated, and how can I fill up my tank with this emotion without binge eating?
Without
or
binge
without
eating.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That's a good example. Yeah.
But the one last question that I always use, and this usually helps me to shift my perception of like why I'm binge eating or why I'm doing something that is giving me so much pain, is what would I not know about myself if I hadn't have done this? So there'll be something you
Okay.
know about yourself from binge eating or from nervous eating that you wouldn't know unless you'd engage in these behaviors. So it's like looking at it from a positive perspective and going, what have I learned about me as a result of doing this? And it might be that you've learned about, you know, like when you're full, foods that you like and don't like, what fills you up, what doesn't fill you up, what makes you feel good, what doesn't make you feel good. Like understanding all of those elements of you, of your soul, is really, really important. And that's what actually helps you to get unfucked and to shift those perceptions that you have around binge eating. Binge
Or
eating-
any choices you
or-
make,
or
right?
anything,
Or
yeah.
not doing the things you said you wanted to do, right? You're
Exactly.
feeling tired all the time. Exercise helps you get energized.
Yeah.
But you're not going to the gym, or you're not doing your routine, or you're not doing what you said you do. Ask yourself why, right? Why?
Yeah.
Because that feels like another chore, maybe.
Yeah. And if you understand what you can learn from the behavior that it is that you're doing, then you'll actually find yourself less likely to engage with it in the future, and you'll lose the emotional attachment to feeling bad when you're doing it.
With guilt or whatever, right?
Yes, absolutely. Because there's a reason why you're doing it. We're benefiting from it in some way, shape, or form. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it. We're humans.
Yeah.
Things need to be benefiting us, or we don't, do them.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
things that we perceive to be bad. So if we can figure out for ourselves what it is that we've learned from this process, what it is that we wouldn't know about ourselves otherwise, then that's awesome. And that's a really
Yeah.
cool way to get unfucked.
Exactly. And moderation. Jane just posted about moderation. She says
Yeah.
ice caps. They're these things from Tim Hortons. Remember the Canadian coffee
Oh,
shop
yes,
thing?
yes.
Jen, you had me go from 7 to 2 a week. Yeah. When I
Yeah.
first was seeing Jane, she was going 2 a days with this ice cap, which is like this sugary drink.
Right, yeah.
Good job, girl. Good job. Hey, there's Angelique. Hey. Hopefully this video is valuable for you, right? To unfuck yourself. Start tuning in. It's that inner size before exercise. If you're not
Yes.
exercising, or you're feeling like it's a chore, or you're not motivated, it's the inner work that's going to get you there, right? Thank you. Mwah.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the love.
Thank
We're going to be
you.
here all week because she is staying till next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we have a special announcement before we end this.
Oh, we do.
Tomorrow,
Yes.
Welcome Wednesday. We are releasing Monday night for Windsor people. This is the only people that it's going to affect. We are having a live event, an Unfuck Yourself soulful yin yoga class taught by this one. She's a yin yoga teacher.
Yeah.
Yin yoga. We're gonna send you the page tomorrow.
Yes,
Or we're gonna
we will.
release it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And last but not least, work your heart out. Can you see we've been walking around all day wearing the same outfit. We're on a mission to help you love your body, love your life, and what? What is your slogan?
To live your potential.
Live your potential. Oh my God, who doesn't want it? Yay. Hey, Steph. Hey, thanks, Janelle. Nice of you guys to join. Thanks for the love, Denise. Thanks. Okay, see you guys soon. See you tomorrow. Unfuck yourself tomorrow. I won't swear so much. I love it. I love it. There's a time and a place for it. Bye.
Bye.